Good morning, everybody, and we're on the island of Marae, and it looks like a glorious morning for another Doobie Death March. So stay tuned, see what we find today. I'm traveling with the Doobies.
It's worth repeating, and if you take nothing else away from this Doobie's adventure, know that getting up early in French Polynesia is more than worth sacrificing a little sleep or one more late-night cocktail. Not only do you get to experience the quiet morning slipping into a natural harbor surrounded by spectacular peaks, but as the sun rises, more often than not, there's a natural light show not to be missed. So this morning's natural light show was seen by Dani Doobie as she carbo-loaded for her day of Pilates and hiking, and after I had a little latte with the sunrise, I did my own version of preparation for the day. A little after 9 a.m. and we're ready to head to the shores of Marae. The Star Breezes joined this morning in Cook's Bay by the Paul Gauguin. At the same time, over in Opunohu Bay, the Norwegian Sun would be anchored for the day. So the upsell for Windstar was to make sure you booked your excursions through the cruise line since options in transportation would likely be limited. Well, not so fast. Marae has a reputation as one of the most beautiful islands in the world, so we decided let's see Marae the old-fashioned way. Time for a Daddy-Daughter Doobie Death March! With every landing in the Society Islands, you are greeted by music and a tiare, a small white gardenia flower to be placed behind the ear, denoting your romantic status. Looking at all trails, we picked a route that would follow main roads into the center of the island, and maybe, if we're lucky, we'd stumble across some of the pineapple fields of Marae and not get chased off by a farmer. Our pact to each other was we'd walk as far as we could go in 90 minutes. Now, the tender dropped us off at the Hotel Kaveka on the northeast corner of Cook's Bay, and our first order of business was to wander south to the village of PaoPao. Population there is 4,895. We need to find the grocery store, then work our way into the interior of Marae along the Route de Ananas. I was a little worried that all this beauty was going to slow us down a bit, so grab those photos quick, and then keep marching. But even in Marae, we found some awesome street art.
Okay, so we found Route de Ananas, and let's start going uphill. Not gonna lie, guys, this feels like true Polynesia. With cars.
So the good news, we found the Route de Ananas without getting lost or run over. Now the hard fact of hiking on volcanic islands, every step inland is going to be uphill.
Okay, we're a mile and a half into the Doobie Death March, about halfway out to where we're going.
As we followed the road away from the metropolis of PaoPao, the landscape unfolded with farmland, patches of woodlands, and fewer cars, saving for the odd tour jeeps and ATV groups.
See, this is exactly the type of shots I wanted to get, is to come in and just see the interior.
It seemed like around every rise and bend, we were met by spectacular emerald peak after peak. Somewhere, we were supposed to pick up a trail down toward the pineapple field.
We don't know, because nothing's really marked, so that could be it. Yeah, we get some elevation now.
So is that a driveway? A trail? When in doubt, just keep marching forward.
officially ran out of pavement.
Look at Ronnie!
We gotta picked ourselves up a couple of tour guides.
I'm going for you!
Oh, he balked.
Now, eventually we ran out of road. Winding down another path, we found a fallow pineapple field, not exactly what we were looking for, and a couple of fellow wanderers from France, and a real trail into the jungle with markers for Trois Pinus, which we would find out later is the Three Pines lookout point, about another hour away. Itching be damned, just keep marching.
At this point, yeah, we should have brought that cream with us.
So now we're just marching for marching's sake. And kept going uphill, uphill, and nowhere near any pineapple field. The white bark of this acacia tree, though, is really striking in comparison to all of the greenery. So at the 3.5 mile mark, our desire for lunch started to override our desire to march deeper into the jungle, so we began to walk and jog back down the hill. Now I wonder what Grandma and Donna Doobie are doing. Well, to see that, let's quick get back to the dock. So Donna and Grandma took a tender, and just past those musicians was a local guide offering a jeep tour of the island for 5,000 francs, or about $48 American. That's more than half off the cruise line rate, and they were joined by a couple from the Paul Gauguin. So while we saw pineapple fields from a distance, their local guide took them into the pineapple fields. They got to see these Queen Tahiti pineapples up close, which are known for their sweetness. Their 3-hour tour also took them to the coastal marae of Moorea, with a close-up encounter with some locals.
If you go to Rayata Island, you can see the marae. Very big in Rayata Island.
They then headed further inland to the Mount Belvedere overlook, with spectacular views of Mount Rutui and the twin bays of Moorea. Now they had a great time, and those are the smiles of two women not walking in a hot jungle. So while Grandma and Donna are playing with chickens, we're back in town, and we can almost taste the roasted chicken in the Star Grill and feel the cool waters of Cook's Bay.
On our walk back, we're finding out that it is the start of rush hour, it seems like, and that many schools are getting out, and it is 11:30, which is not normal for us Americans, but quickly learned that fun fact. So, just a heads up if you're coming to this island.
Just a note on the shopping in Moorea along Cook's Bay. There are a few really nice shops and restaurants, but they are spread out all over along the 1 mile stretch from the hotel we left from earlier this morning and the center of town in PaoPao. So beware. Dehydrated, near death. All right, now we can see the Hotel Kaveka in the distance. We're making a break for it.
Thanks for joining us on another round of Doobie Death March. Today, obviously, with the Daddy and Daughter Doobie Death March. Well, we spoke too soon. It's another block. We went into the hotel instead of the dock. This looks more like it. Okay, 7:45. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Pretty good morning exercise.
So a great walk this morning. And after a quick meal of roasted meat at the Star Grill, it was time to take advantage of the marina on the Star Breeze and enjoy the waters of Cook's Bay. During our 7-day trip on the Star Breeze, we will have 3 marina days. We also will have 2 private Motu experiences where the marina team sets up on land with kayaks and paddle boards. The marina is another one of the significant upgrades of the Star Breeze with a small open-to-the-ocean pool, shaded tables and loungers floating in the sea, a giant trampoline, and in-water floating mats. Guests can also check out those kayaks and paddle boards. Who needs a water park in the center of the ship when you have all this as your aquatic playground? These amenities are also all included with your base fare on Windstar. Dani continued her exercise-themed day in Moorea that started with Pilates, remember at 8 a.m., added that 7.5-mile hike, and now included some paddle boarding. Someone is gonna sleep good tonight. So floating here, out exposed in this bay, are there dangerous creatures below?
Dun 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 dun. Whoa! Sweet! I know, it's a piece of palm tree.
Well, not this time. So one more swing around the ship, and then maybe we'll have a little more time to spend paddling in the water before it's time to go upstairs and get ready for the evening. Following the fall go gone. So before dinner, we were invited to a meeting with the hotel manager, Julian, who wanted to know more about our issues with Windstar Corporate. Corporate, it seemed, had put poor Julian on the hook for a pissed-off doobie. And he did a great job listening to our issues, and even provided us with a more than fair shipboard credit for our frustrations. Overall, what we had experienced on board with Windstar in this first 48 hours on the Star Breeze had been wonderful. But I did share with Julian that for us, the cruise experience has been so far like there's a great restaurant in town, a wonderful chef, world-class menu, stunning decor, and fair prices. The only catch is to get into that restaurant, you need to enter through a portico filled with rabid bats.
Oh, wasn't it beautiful? Fantastic weather and a beautiful, beautiful island, and we can sail away tonight. Absolutely.
Tonight we dine in Amphora, the main dining room experience, and I started with a little Kentucky ibuprofen to ease the tired legs before enjoying escargot night. Ladies also enjoyed broiled salmon and a nice roasted chicken. As for me, yep, I did it again. I ordered beef Wellington, which in keeping with Seabourn and Silversea was also meh, flavorless beef with mushroom paste. I'm thinking beef Wellington isn't really my thing. But chocolate souffle now, well, that closed out the night beautifully as we rode the waves north towards our next stop, Raiatea. So good night all, and we'll see you tomorrow.